Okay, good afternoon, guys. It is 1 p.m. on Tuesday, the 25th of April 2023, and let me just have a quick look at the stream. I just saw something there that just didn't look quite right, but I need to have a quick nosy to see. Tell you what, let's just continue on regardless. If there's an issue, I'll try and sort it out later. So what I mentioned in the description for the video for today is just the fact that we've reverted back to a traditional headset. The audio appears to be better this way, and hopefully, we'll see how it goes, but hopefully we may not have the intermittent shutdowns that have plagued me of late. So yeah, as I say, we'll see how it goes. So guys, let's get right on, and I want to go ahead and buy our weekly £120 worth of stock in the S&P 500. As you know by now, it's the Vanguard variety, and shown here on the practice platform for trading 212. So I've just put that through. That has executed, I believe, and it has indeed. Let me just refresh the page because I just want to show the updated values. It annoys me whenever it doesn't update for me. Let's just hope this doesn't take an age, because sometimes it can be just a bit on the slow side, to say the least. Yeah, so I don't know if you were quick enough to catch it before I hit the refresh, but the market today is just down slightly, but that compounds the decrease that I think there was yesterday, and therefore that actually takes our portfolio just into the negative, I think, or maybe it has it increased slightly? No, sorry, I am wrong. We're not actually into the negative just at the minute. Okay, so looking at what we can see, well, obviously you can see there's a very slight little bit of red there at the end. That reflects not just today but also yesterday. And as you can see down here, the market is down 4/5 of a percent for the week, and virtually no change actually compared to this time last year. But we are still only just 0.25% in the green. I think it was this that I was looking at, the dip today, and I thought that had actually pulled us into the red for the portfolio value as a whole. It's insignificant that it's in green. It's such a small amount in relation to the portfolio as a whole. It doesn't matter. So where are we at? Well, as you can see, the market is open. Currently in our portfolio we've got over 100 shares. I suppose typically we're buying, is it almost 2 each time? Let me just have a quick look-see roughly. If we're to say the number of shares, so 2 would cost you £125, so we're not just quite buying 2 shares each time roughly. We're buying a bit less than that, but in essence over the length of time that we've been doing the fire journey, we have accumulated over 100 shares so far. So this is week 3, I think, year 1, and we currently have 6,700 odd worth of portfolio value. If you can make it out, you may not be able to. The figure at the bottom here is 43,280 still free funds, which is basically 50,000 less the amount that we have invested. And that's why by subtracting from this at £120 per week, that's how we end up with a fire journey which will last for roughly 8 years. Let me just demonstrate that actually, because I always think it's good fun just to understand where things are coming from. I'm hoping you can see the calculator on screen. You can't. Okay, right, so I've got another way to do that. Perhaps if I go to a new thing and put in calculator, and let's see if you can see that one. Excellent. Okay, so yeah, we start out with 50,000, and if we divide that by £120 per week, that will give us the number of weeks that our 50,000 will last. So it's 416 weeks. So let's say how many years is that good for? So we'll divide by 52, and as you can see there, it comes out at just round about exactly the 8-year mark. Honestly, I think that's just good fortune. I don't think I had fiddled with the figure or anything to try to achieve an exact amount or anything like that. But yeah, so that's how long our 50,000 practice account will last for, by drawing from it at a rate of £120 per week. And as I say, we arrive at an 8-year fire journey. Just in the meantime, I see the market has actually, for today, it has actually come up a little bit. It's nearly even to what it was yesterday, and it's made things look very slightly better than they were a couple of minutes ago. That's what is giving me a bit of a giggle here at present, but yeah, so do you know, I can remember whenever I got started in investing and particularly with the stock market. And I can remember spending hours and probably even days glued to the screen, watching every little move, and getting excited about whether it was a good time to buy or sell or whatever. And at that time I was looking at individual I was looking at individual stocks and shares, and when I think back now, as you can tell, it makes me laugh. Yeah, I mean, I did make some money. I suppose I lost some money as well. To be quite honest, I think I probably did actually make more than I lost, but at the expense of quite a bit of time sat looking at a screen. And it at times it was quite nerve-wracking, I have to say. I suppose that is partly what drives the so-called day traders. I must say I've always been a bit suspicious of them, and I'm not sure that I really believe very many of them can be as successful as what they appear to claim to be. And I would ask the question, when is a day trader a day trader, and when is a day trader a YouTuber? And if you think about that a little bit, and think about how much money people can stand to make through the likes of YouTube if they are successful, and compare that to the reality in terms of what it means to be a day trader, and how likely or unlikely it is that you could be successful with that. Well, as I say, I'm just a bit suspicious, and not to mention quite aware that it's quite feasible to manipulate things to achieve your own ends. So yes, as I say, just be aware before you get into any kind of dodgy investing. Be aware what it is you're doing. Consider what the potential risks really are, particularly if you're using some sort of leverage, which could result in some kind of a call. And I'm not going to go into detail and define those terms, because that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about financial independence, and if you choose to retire early, I certainly choose to. Sign me up. My target is in 10 years time, and just when I think about it, I want to just draw your attention to a video which is on YouTube, that I added to my financial education playlist. I'll drop a link in the description to that. And the reason that it is important or significant is that it has to do with financial platforms that are scamming people basically. This one here, if you want to follow the link to the list, I will link the list, but the one called the $1 billion scam by the BBC World Service, that is well worth a watch. Be careful about which investment platforms you use, because there are umpteen different scammers out there, and it could be a minefield if you haven't done your research. And how do we know which platform is going to crash next? It's really a minefield, but certainly have a watch at that, just so you see the kind of things that some other people have fallen foul of. Hopefully you can avoid making the same mistakes. As you know, I use Trading 212. I trust them, and if I weren't using 212, I would most likely go directly through Vanguard, and quite honestly, I still may open an account with Vanguard. It would be one of these here. If it's also in the list, the Vanguard Life Strategy Funds. So yes, I would highly recommend you watch that as well. That one is by That Finance Show, and I think that is really worth considering. Right guys, that will do it for today. So far so good, no nasty shutdowns. Finally, let's just have a look at the notifications, see if there's anything of interest. So there's our purchase, 1.9 today. Getty Images, looks like a takeover or something going on there. Information on earnings. C3 AI, excuse me, don't know what that is. Philips is up 12% on massive earnings beat, and 575 million provision for litigation deal. I don't know what sort of litigation they're going to be involved in, but that sounds like an awful lot of money to me. But I suppose if you think you're going to need it, it's good to have it there to call on. So guys, the camel ride continues. Virtually no movement to speak of here. We're not losing any money, we're not really gaining any money at present, but we are building our portfolio, and that is key. Consistency is key, keeping investing is key, and taking advantage of dollar cost averaging is also pretty important. Guys, so with all that, I would like to thank you for watching today, and all it remains for me to do is to wish you a good rest of your Tuesday, and obviously please come back in future if you find it interesting. Cheers guys.